You've got your passwords locked down, your devices secured, and your online accounts protected. But today we're diving into something that's not as fun, but just as crucial: antivirus and malware protection. What's up, s'mores? I'm Shannon Morse, and welcome to day 12 of my 30-day security challenge. This is a month-long series designed to help you take control of your privacy and security one step at a time. Every single day we are breaking down one concept of online security and privacy to make the whole process less stressful and to keep you from burning out. In 2025, malware is still very much alive, and it is sneaky. Even if you think you are careful, threats can sneak in through emails, downloads, or even apps. We will talk about how to keep your systems clean, protect your personal data, and avoid potential headaches. If you are following along, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. You can grab the full 30-day challenge checklist and notes over at shannonrmorse.com. So first off, what is the deal with malware? Well, malware is just a broad term for malicious software that's designed to harm your devices or steal your data. It can be anything from a virus that replicates and spreads itself, to ransomware that locks up your files, even spyware that collects your private information without you knowing. So how do we keep all this stuff from wreaking havoc on our devices? Well, this is actually simple. It's proactive protection, and in 2025, that means using the right tools and practices to prevent attacks even before they have a chance. Now, before you jump into the comments to tell me that my recommendations that I'm getting into are wrong, which is totally fine, calm, constructive comments are welcome here, please do stick around for step 5 in this video, where I detail some of the security hygiene practices that are crucial when it comes to protecting your devices. Step 1, does my device need antivirus? First, we need to clear the air. Do you still need antivirus software nowadays? Well, it depends on what you're using and how cautious you are, really. I just want to focus on Windows here because this is the most common culprit when it comes to attacks. In the past, antivirus was a must for most Windows users, and guess what? It kind of still is. Microsoft Windows Defender, which is now better than ever, is a solid option. In fact, it's built into Windows 10 and 11, and it now competes with third-party solutions in both detection and performance. Windows Defender is super easy to use, it doesn't slow down your system, and it is updated regularly. To enable it, just head over to Start, Settings, Update and Security, Windows Security, and turn on Protection. For extra coverage, third-party options are great, but Windows Defender does the job for most users. In general, I do not think you have to pay for antivirus protection unless you want additional tools that come with some of those third-party apps. Step 2, what about Macs? Well, Mac users have long been told that they don't need antivirus because of the strong security in macOS, which is thanks to its Unix-based architecture. But I have a spoiler alert, that myth has long been debunked. While Mac malware, and Linux as well, honestly, isn't as widespread as Windows-based threats, it is still real, and it can be just as damaging. Third-party antivirus for Macs exist, and it usually offers extra tools and features as well. That can include real-time protection, ransomware defense, and regular updates, keeping your device secure without slowing it down. If you are on macOS Big Sur or newer, Apple's built-in Xprotect and Gatekeeper help protect you from the worst, but having an extra layer, that's never gonna hurt. Step 3, anti-malware for Android and iOS. All right, first we have Android. So Android is great when it comes to security, but there is a caveat here. There are a ton of applications out there that could potentially harm your phone. For Android, Google Play Protect is built in, and it scans apps for potential malware. Still, there is no reason not to install something like Malwarebytes to go an extra mile. As long as you are not clicking on shady apps or links, downloading weird apps outside of the Google Play Store, or running strange code on your phone, you generally should be just fine. But malicious apps have found their way historically onto the Google Play Store, so sometimes having that extra layer of defense can absolutely be a good thing. Whenever you download apps, only stick to the Google Play Store and always check app permissions. If an application asks for access to things that it does not need, like a photo app requesting your contacts, do not install it. If you must install an app, like you need it to control a smart home device, for example, then check the permissions and only accept the bare minimum. On to iPhones. Now on the iPhone side, Apple's sandboxing of apps does help keep the OS relatively secure. You do not need antivirus software, just make sure to keep your software up to date and use strong app permissions to stay safe. Now if you're finding this video helpful, a subscribe would mean a lot to me. Subscribing is a very simple and free way to support creators here on YouTube. In fact, can you see it? I just hit 142,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. Yay! So if you are following along with the challenge, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's video. You can also grab the full checklist and daily recap at shannonrmorse.com. And a huge Patreon shout out as well to my s'mores. You can join them and support my channel by going over to patreon.com/shannonmorse. That gives you perks like early video access, and we also have a private Discord where we chat all the time, pretty much daily. As usual, all the videos on my channel are free to watch, and I thank my YouTube members and my patrons for making that possible. Step 4, Malwarebytes, Avast, or, well, who do I recommend? Well, there are a ton of third-party tools on the market. Some of them offer software packages that are just way too bulky, and they slow down your computer, and you have to pay for them, and they're annoying. Other ones are not quick enough to detect newer attacks and threats. Now, whenever I'm working on a family member's PC and trying to get it updated and make sure they don't have any viruses detected, I usually recommend Malwarebytes, and I do scans using Malwarebytes. But I do want to get back into those tools. Even though Windows Defender is great, I'm still a huge fan of Malwarebytes for a deep dive scan when you think that something might be off. Malwarebytes offers both free and premium versions, but the premium one does add real-time protection. It's a lifesaver if you're concerned about like zero-day malware or you need to scrub up after a security breach. For Android and Mac, I have recommended Avast and Bitdefender. Those ones offer solid protection. They have the added bonus of VPN options to make your browsing secure. Now, I'm not sponsored by any of those brands, by the way. They're just ones that I have used throughout the years, and I found them to do what they say that they would do. And if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I never ever recommend things that I haven't used myself. Step number 5, take action to keep malware out. Okay, if you are planning to go with just the integrated options, then you also need to make sure you're taking some precautions online, because security requires this whole holistic approach when it comes to technology, or in other words, it's a layered defense. It's not a one and done fix. Security requires a lifestyle change, really. So make sure that you are updating your software regularly. Make sure that both macOS and Windows updates are turned on. You can automate those. You can download from trusted sources only, like the Google Play Store for Android or the App Store for iOS. Do not scan random QR codes. QR codes can be full of all sorts of fun and malicious things. Also, enable firewalls on your computer and make sure that your router has one too, because most modern routers do, and I did an entire video about how to make sure that your Wi-Fi router is safe and secure. Also, avoid suspicious emails and links. Phishing is a top threat in 2025, and it's getting harder to spot because of AI. So when in doubt, just don't click. And I did want to add a note about smart home devices. Those can also be targeted in attacks specifically for things like botnets. Since you can't really install antivirus on a baby cam, for example, make sure that you keep that app and that firmware updated as much as possible. Change the passwords from whatever the default is, and limit access to the networks that need that access. Like, sometimes you don't have to give yourself access to smart home devices when you're not at home. So you could disable that access altogether and make sure you only have access when you're connected on the same wireless access point. Now for some 2025 updates about AI-powered malware detection. Now the latest wave in cybersecurity is this AI-powered malware detection. Advanced malware scanners are now using machine learning to catch unknown threats in real time, which is pretty cool because this catches what the traditional signature-based antivirus programs might miss. So if you plan on purchasing AV software, especially third-party ones, look for descriptions such as AI-powered scanning that keeps an eye on your apps and connections. That will analyze unusual behavior to catch malware before it becomes an issue. And as much as I kind of dislike AI as a whole, I feel like this is a really good approach to a way that you can use AI in a positive way. As long as it's secure and you're not sharing like random, personally identifiable information and data with those antivirus apps. But that's always gonna be a concern because it's AI. Okay, that's a wrap for day 12. You have now got the tools and the knowledge to protect your devices from malware, whether it's an app, a virus, or ransomware. Tomorrow, for day 13, we're talking about smartphone security. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's challenge, and grab your free checklist at shannonrmorse.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.